Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. My name is Felipe, and I'm here at the Charter Live show that happens every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. GMT. We are currently live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And this recording will stay in our social media pages, so you can come and check it out if you're not watching us live right now at the moment. I'm super excited to introduce to you a special guest. Her name is Linda Huskes, and she is from Crossing Borders Education, who is the organization behind the new initiative that is starting next week on Tuesday, June 4th, the Empathic Dialogue Café. So let me bring Linda in. Hi, Linda. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Hi, Philip. Good to be here.
So happy that you're here with us. Thank you so much for taking the time to, be part of the live show and to tell us a little bit more about the Empathic Dialogue Cafes and a little bit more about Crossing Borders Education, the organization that you belong to.
Absolutely. I'm delighted to be here. Thanks for having me.
Mhm. So we have on Tuesday, June 4th at, remind me again of what time it is, at 9
9
a.m.
a.m. Pacific.
9 a.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. UK. So
Yep.
we are having our first Empathic Dialogue Cafes. Please enlighten us. Tell us, what is this all about?
Yeah. So we're together with the charter, we're initiating these dialogue cafes. So it's going to be a monthly event. So every first Tuesday of the month, we will host these dialogue cafes. So it's basically a virtual space where people can come together and in a structured but very meaningful environment talk about topics that matter to all of us, and it's always evolves around a podcast or a TED talk, some media piece that has meaning to people. So the cafe dialogue, the dialogue cafes are centered around a media piece that people would have listened to beforehand or that we introduce in that hour.
Okay, perfect. And so how long are these conversations, these cafes?
Yes. So the cafes are an hour, and we work with breakout rooms. So the whole idea is that we will introduce certain prompts, then people will go into their own small group, and that's the place where the real relationship building starts. So that's where the prompts that are based on the media. That's where people can go into a bit more depth about what they've listened to or what they've seen beforehand or in the session.
That makes sense. And so now we are seeing that these empathic dialogue cafes are going to happen every first Tuesday of the month. So,
Yeah.
so are we supposed to participate on every first Tuesday, or if you can't come to one, can you come to the other?
Absolutely. That's the whole idea. So normally our workshops are centered around clusters of three. And then the idea is that you commit to 3 workshop sessions. So you really build a relationship with the group that you're in. But these dialogue cafes are a bit more open. So anyone who wants to join and who's interested in topics ranging from climate crisis to intercultural communication. So we will center it around different topics every time. So anyone can join. You can join for all the sessions. There'll be different media every Tuesday or every month, I should say.
Mhm.
So you can come back if you enjoy them, but you can also drop in and out when it suits.
Amazing. And now, when people register, can they use, is the same link going to be used for each
Yes.
Tuesday, every first Tuesday of the month? So if you register for one, you register for all of them. You don't have to re-register, correct?
No, you don't have to re-register. So we'll be adding the date. So at the moment, I think you can register for 3 of them. So June, July, and August, and we'll be adding other months as well. So and you can indicate which one you want to go to on the registration page. So the link that you just shared is the link that you can use for all the different Tuesdays.
Amazing. And this is free of cost, correct?
Free cost, yeah. And
Love it. We love a
I
free offering.
not not to
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So now, are any topics off the table, or can people come with some topics to talk about, or is Crossing Borders going to have specific topics for each Tuesday?
So because we have to prepare them and because they center around a certain piece of media, we do sort of choose what media to show, and that centers around a particular topic. However, we can also imagine that going further, and if the cafes will be a success, that people can then request certain topics or send in media that we can work with and then introduce that as well.
I love that. That's
Yeah,
awesome. That's amazing.
yeah,
So, Linda, thank you so much for taking the time to explain not only what this new initiative is, but who can benefit from it and the things that you're going to be doing there. We're super excited to provide this free initiative to anyone that wants to join and have this conversation and connect with more people.
exactly.
Do you have any famous last words before I let you go?
Famous last words. Well, I guess there's, I think a lot of people feel a little bit overwhelmed with a lot of things that are going on at the moment. And we feel that building small communities can make a real change. Maybe not massive changes, but small changes that make you feel better about, other human beings and about the connections that you can make, even if it's a very small step.
I love that. Thank you so much again, Linda, for joining us. So, for everyone watching, June 4th, to this Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. GMT UK time, we'll have our first Empathic Dialogue Cafe with Cross and Borders Education. Thanks so much, Linda, for joining us. We'll be seeing you
Thanks
soon, and
for
good luck
having me.
with your cafes.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Philippe. Bye.
Bye. Amazing. So now that you know that, you have the link on the chat or in the comments. If you are on Facebook and YouTube, you can watch it right there. I have added the link already to our LinkedIn live show as well. So you can, if you're watching there, you can sign up for that Empathic Dialogue Cafe. That starts once again Tuesday, June 4th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 9, 10, 11, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. GMT. Now, sharing my screen, charterforcompassion.org, as you already know. Where do you go to check out events? Oh, maybe where it says join upcoming events. So let's click right there. And so let's go down to May events. May is coming to an end tomorrow. Can you believe that? Which means we begin June. With June events, we have first the magical ability to inspire. Oh, actually, Empathic Dialogue Cafe begins first Tuesday, June 4th, 9 a.m. As I already told you, there's more information on this on the website. So if you go to events and then you click on the link for the Empathic Dialogue Cafés, not only you can learn a little bit more, but you can watch this video that they created to explain a little bit more about what's going to be happening, the opportunity invitation, and the dialogue process. We're super, super excited once again to have Crossing Borders Education participating on this and guiding these conversations and hopefully foster more community and communication between all of us. Next, we have the magic ability of music to inspire action, the webinar series that Marilyn Turkovich, our executive director, throws every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. GMT, or 8:30 p.m. in India. And so, as you can see, we have finished all our sessions in May, and the following is June 5th, Wednesday, June 5th, so the day after the Empathic Dialogue Cafés. Let me put that in the chat right now so that you have the link. So on Facebook and YouTube, you're watching that right now. On LinkedIn, it's coming out right now. And on Twitter, we'll be showing at any point now too as well. So this happens for an hour, or I think hour and a half maybe. The magic ability of music to inspire action. Marilyn becomes a DJ, shows some music from different topics each Wednesday, to hopefully inspire you to have to create some action, not only within you, but around you. Next, we have the compassion training for busy people. If you watched the live show last week, you probably met Sarah. Sarah Shire is one of the instructors for this course, Compassion Training for Busy People. Barelpo, her work partner, also is going to be providing that. This is going to happen every Thursday from June 6th until July 11th, from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. The cost is $75, and you can register right here and learn more about the course as well here. And just to let you know, there's going to be a second cohort, or second and third cohort, that's going to happen at 10:30 a.m. again from September 5th to October 3rd. But also for those that are a little bit more busy, at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Again, the cost will be $75. You can register for the morning or afternoon course or cohort. This is a quick, well, not quick, but a more condensed training or course on compassion, especially for busy people that can't spend a lot of time learning about this and improving their sense of compassion and the communities around them. So you can learn more about that with the website there. Let me see if I posted that. No, so let me just post the link right now so you can have it. So that's going on Twitter, now on LinkedIn, and now on Facebook and YouTube. Perfect. Next, we are super excited to be hosting the first episode of Compassionate Youth Leaders Dialogue Series. This is programming provided by the Youth Council, the Compassionate Youth Council, spearheaded by Anum Mula, who's part of our not only our staff but also our board of trustees. This is a conversation that is going to happen on Friday, June 7th, so next Friday at 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. in India, and if it's 7, 8, and 4, 3:30 p.m. GMT or UK. You can learn a little bit more about this conversation here, but just to let you know a little bit, in light of recent events at university campuses across the world, the Charter for Compassion in collaboration with the European Arab Student Union is hosting a live webinar of movements of compassion through civil disobedience. The goal of this group dialogue will be to reflect on global social justice movements and offer lessons learned that can empower today's youth. The conversation will be centered around panelist experiences, thoughts, and opinions on civil disobedience movements in light of compassion as a strength. Panelists participating are from various countries who have historically contributed to such movements and will explore their insights together. This is going to be a really, really exciting panel. I'm very excited that the Charter is taking a little bit more of active stance on what civil discourse means and what compassion means to be a catalyst for us to be agents of change in our own communities and societies. We have seen how students in college campuses across the U.S. and across the world have been getting harassed and prosecuted for peacefully protesting the genocide that is happening in Palestine. And so what we want to show with this webinar is the power that we have by protesting, by using our rights, our civil rights, to bring up things that are concerning to us, but also to show how through civil disobedience is that most times civil fights like gay rights, racism, discrimination, all have happened because of civil disobedience, and that civil disobedience tends to happen because of the level of compassion that we can increment in our own selves. So we have sympathy, which is understanding that someone is in pain. We have empathy, which is seeing someone that is in pain and feeling that pain with them. And then we have compassion, which is seeing the pain of that person, feeling the pain of that person, and then taking action to eliminate that pain from that person. And that is what is happening right now with this protest around the world in college campuses. Same thing that happened when the war in Vietnam was happening. So this is going to be a very interesting conversation. We have very, very cool and exciting participants, young participants that have been in different protests and will share their experiences and opinions about what's happening around the world with this protest and other civil movements, civil disobedience movements. So let me put that in the chat so that you have that information available for you to register whenever you want. So here, that is on Facebook and YouTube now, and on LinkedIn, I'm putting it right now, and on Twitter, I'm putting it right now as well. Perfect. Next, but not least, on the same Friday, later in that day, we have our kitchen table chats. Kitchen table chat conversations are a very, very relaxed environment that the health sector of the Charter for Compassion provides for people to join in this conversation and talk about health initiatives, something that might be happening in your organization. If you are a partner organization with the Charter, or if you like to be a partner organization with the Charter, this would be a great opportunity to meet the leadership area, the lead volunteers of the health sector. These conversations happen every first Friday of the month, and it is at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, which is 4:30 p.m. GMT or 9 p.m. in India. This is right after the civil disobedience, movements of compassion through civil disobedience panel that we'll be having with the youth group. So this will be a very, again, this happens every first Friday of the month. So if you don't have the opportunity to check it out this month, you can check it out in July, again, the first Friday of the month. So I'm putting that now on Facebook and YouTube and on LinkedIn, and last but not least, on Twitter. And let me see, what else do we have here going on? One more thing. Our global read is happening on Tuesday, June 18th, A Case for Compassion. What happens when we prioritize people and the planet? This book is written by Sarah Shire, the same instructor that's going to be teaching compassion for busy people. Again, this is going to be on Tuesday, June 18th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. GMT, 9:30 p.m. India. This is a suggested donation of $10, but if you resources are limited, you are welcome to join in for free. This is going to be a very good conversation. Focus on the question: what would happen if the systems within our society focus on care and healing instead of growth and profit? Dare I say, a little bit of an attack to capitalism and the systems that are ruling our society nowadays. So this is going to be, again, a super interesting conversation on June 18th, the day before June 19th or Juneteenth here in the US. And I'm putting the link right now on the chat. So on Twitter, there goes all of it. On Facebook and YouTube right there, and on LinkedIn right here. Also, if you have tried to register for any of our events or initiatives or projects or anything that is in our website through our database, we have received a couple of emails from people saying that they've been having issues trying to sign up or register for this event. So if that is the case, first of all, we're very sorry and we'll apologize for that. Our database manager, CVCRM is the database that we use, has been having kind of a lot of issues lately. So if by any chance you want to register for something and you cannot for some reason, please reach out. We are happy to provide support in the back end of things so that you can register without a problem and have access to all the different events and things that are happening with the Charter for Compassion. My dear friends, this is it for today. I hope that you can join us in any of these activities during the month of June. Sending you lots of love and, I guess, sense of compassion so that we can all grow and do more in our own communities. So we'll be seeing you next Thursday. We have Mike Lissagor, the author of a new book that he wrote. He's a big supporter of the Charter for Compassion. He will be our special guest for next Thursday. So hopefully we'll see you there as well.